Hello everybody, I'm Natasha Koo from Feminine Space and I'm so happy to be here to share with you lots of inspiration that I've had lately about our inner state and the outside world, other people interacting with how we feel, and ultimately who determines how we feel on the inside and what emotions have to do with it all, and how our emotions a way of showing us what's going on. So I want to ask you, have you ever experienced something or a moment in your life, a certain experience in your life where something was happening on the outside, you're speaking with someone, something's going on the outside, and you suddenly felt like you weren't enough or something was going wrong, and then you start to feel bad about yourself because of someone's reaction or because of what's going on out there in your environment, right? Exactly. So I want to share with you an experience that I just had this morning, because I love to take walks in the morning after I wake up. I go out there, have some fresh air, and I was walking home, and I live in this neighborhood. We often greet each other, especially old people. Old people love to greet each other. But this time I was walking home and I saw this lady pushing a little carriage of her baby, and I was just like, I'm in Switzerland, so I said "Morgen," like good morning, "Morgen," and she just looked at me like this, same facial expression, nothing changed, nothing at all changed in her face and her body language. She just kept walking. And kept ignoring me. So even though I greeted her really nicely. And right away, and you can probably relate to this, suddenly my mind wanted to go off in all sorts of directions. Like, oh, why didn't she say hi back? Or that was kind of rude, or what did I do wrong, or what's going on here? And the mind wants to go off in these tangents and try to interpret what happened. And it just helped me realize something. It doesn't matter how she reacts. Like, she can say hi, and when someone smiles back, as humans, it's really natural to also smile, or someone's laughing and you just it tickles you and you want to laugh too. This is human nature. It's normal to get this positive response back when someone's being really positive. But when someone like that ignores me, and what can I do? So the emotion that was happening was, ooh, I don't feel so good because I feel like someone ignored me. I feel like I'm not important. I feel like I'm not cared about. But who cares, honestly, because all these interactions inside, all these thoughts, all this tangent that I was going on is purely made by me and my mind and my thoughts. This lady didn't do anything. Literally, she was just walking down the street. She did nothing to me. And my reaction was my internal process. It was so real to me that it doesn't matter what she does, because, every day we live out our own expression. We have our beating heart, we have our energy, we have what we desire, we have what we want to express out and, show or create and be in this world. And no one can ever stop that. No one can ever take that away from us. We do that to ourselves. I know I'm being really blunt here, but that's how I work. I'm not going to sugarcoat things or pretend things don't work the way they do, because I so clearly realized on this walk, when this woman ignored me, I realized that it does not matter, and that I can just do what I want to do, and it is so liberating. Honestly, you guys, feel if you can just do what you truly wish, from your heart. I'm not talking about become a psychopath and do what you want, and it doesn't matter. I'm saying follow what your path is, follow what feels right for you, and know that no matter what people react with, it's our own reaction to the situation, it's our interpretation, it's our blah 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 that changes things, and which stops us from living out our dream and living each day like it really, really matters. and without putting these little roadblocks in front of us for our dreams, for our goals, from being who we want to be, from feeling what we want to feel. So what I felt was that this morning, I realized that these emotions that I felt, of course, they were kind of negative because my mind was going off in this awful little tangent, but I realized that my emotions are just a reflection on what's going on inside. Because imagine if I went through the whole situation again. I'm walking home, I say good morning to this lady and her baby, and she ignores me as it happened, and I was just like, oh, all right, off she goes, and off I go. I just said hello because that's what I wanted, and that's it. And I feel good because I expressed and I just flowed with my own energy, my own truth, and that's it. Doesn't it feel so much better? Isn't it like water flowing down the river? Like, we're not like, put a dam here, how dare she not say hello back, and all this madness. It just sounds crazy. Like, I know it happens. I know it happens to all of us. But I'm saying this is what's happening. If we can just flow with what feels right for us and know that no one else can change how we feel. Our internal processes change how we feel. So once you kind of have this like click, this moment of realization that that's what's happening. I am always me. What's happening inside of me will always stay the same no matter what happens, and I feel free, you guys. Because no one out there is going to stop me. No one out there is going to hold me back. No one out there is going to make me feel awful. And also, on the positive side, no one can make me as happy as I make myself. Because that means that I can be happy all the time, not just when, my husband is there or my best friend is there or when I'm with family. It's all up to me. So it can be so freeing because you totally drop away the whole people pleasing. You drop away all this control you want to have on the outside, because when it doesn't matter and it's all inside of us, you don't need to control it all. And that is just like the bliss, the ultimate oasis of a perfectionist or of an overachiever who wants to get those little, army Tory people in line in a row before they can play, So it's just flowing, and let's just be ourselves. And I encourage you today to just notice what's happening. Are you, if someone's saying something to you, are you reacting the same way in the past, like a certain pattern? Or are you reacting in this like, hey, wait a moment, what they did actually doesn't really matter because I can feel the same no matter what they do. So I encourage you to just give it a try, because that's what I experienced this morning. And, if one human being can live it, others can too, so can you. It's not magic. It's just a level of realization, a moment of like actually taking the time and the energy to feel into what's going on inside of me, not the outside. We know what's going on the outside. We know what people are saying. We know our environment, but how are we reacting to that? And how is our reaction changing our emotions? And that's what we're feeling. And oftentimes, I know we do, because it's really obvious what's happening on the outside. We contribute how we feel directly to others and directly to the environment. But just give it a try to notice what is actually the internal process. What are the thoughts? What are the processes that are going on when something happens, especially when something quote-unquote negative happens? So who is that person, or where is that negative coming from? Who's putting that label on it anyways? So that's it. I just wanted to share quick and dirty my tip from this morning, and of course my own experience, because I can't share anything with you that's not my truth. That would be silly. So here I am, and please follow me underneath. And if you want to carry on this conversation and you want to let me know how it went for you, or you have any questions, feel free to just join my closed Facebook group. It's completely free, and we are a bunch of amazing, supportive women. And just, join us at femininetribe.com. Just request access and I'll get you in there. And let's keep talking about this, and let's keep living this, most importantly. Why talk about it when you can live it? So go out there, let people do their thing, and just let it not matter to you, because You know what's going on inside, but it needs that kind of reflection. It needs that kind of stillness in you to be like, what is going on in the inside? Then you can completely detach from the world and we'll all live happily ever after. So that's it for today, and I love you lots. And for those who are not in a place where you feel like your internal processes, your mental kind of patterns or your thoughts change how you feel, then I would love to ask you in a moment, just reflect on a moment in your life where you were very irritated. And someone did something was on the outside, in your environment, whatever, happened, and you were just really pissed off. You had a really strong negative emotion to the situation. Now, I would love to ask you, if you can still remember, what thoughts did you have in your mind? It was very likely that this should not have happened. How dare they do this to me? I do not deserve this. I do not accept this. These are all thoughts. Okay? So things are happening on the outside, and yes, we can walk away from it. We can keep ourselves safe. But notice that these are the thoughts that cause our emotions and negative suffering. So I know it takes a level of kind of contemplation and like breathing and getting in there, and sometimes it might feel uncomfortable to feel like, what's going on in my head? It might not be something you are used to, or something that you do regularly, but I encourage you to try, because it's going to open a new layer of yourself, and it's going to open up all these doors where you can live who you are, not dependent on the environment or on others to make you feel a certain way. So I send you so much love, and I hope this liberates you and sets you free just like it did for me. So of course, follow, and see you again soon. And let me know in the comments what you would love to hear about next time. So that's it, and have a wonderful day.